Welcome to my fucking kitchen! What an interesting thought that would be if it actually could fuck. Today we're gonna do stuffed shells. Because they're fucking awesome. Shh, listen. Do you hear that? Fucking nothing! There's nobody here! I'm totally all by myself, left alone, to my own devices, for an entire fucking weekend. I really wish that was as cool as it sounded. But anyways. First, like anything pasta and Italianish, which by the way I've noticed I've done several Italian things, I should definitely use some other things. I will. I'm working on that. First, let's do a sauce. This one, unlike the one I did before, we're going to do a really basic, simple. So I've got diced tomatoes, and they're the Italian seasoned. I've got tomato sauce, because it's sauce. And I got a can of tomato paste. Do you know what's cool about tomato paste? Look at this. It doesn't come out. Oh, fuck. How do you get that tomato paste out? You know what? I found that it's really easy if you open the bottom part as well with your can opener. By the way, if anybody wants to gift me a new can opener, that'd be awesome. Anyway, so you open the bottom part and you... Tomato paste. By the way, tomato paste, kind of solid and hard, so the first thing you want to put in your pot, so that you don't splash the rest of it out. And then your sauce and tomatoes, your diced tomatoes. If you use the Italian spiced ones, you've already got a decent amount of spice in there. So I'm going to add a little bit of ground rosemary, because I love rosemary. It tastes really good, especially with like the cheeses and shit like that. We're not talking like a huge amount. I'm literally adding like a dash of rosemary. I can't fucking hold on to anything. Ground red pepper. Once again, don't add a lot. We're not even taking a measuring thing. We're going to go like this. Okay, just a little bit. Because you don't want to burn people's mouths. But, I'll tell you this. We're going to take 3 cheeses. Yes, we're going to take 3 cheeses. Now, one of them is pungent, another one is very, very mild, and the other one is, yeah. And we're going to mix them together, and we're going to stuff shells with them. Your spices are really, really going to come out in this. The cheese is going to be delicious, don't get me wrong, but your spices is what's going to make this fucking awesome. A little bit of onion powder because, well, you know, just add a little bit of onion powder. Whole oregano. Because, well, you just add whole oregano. Do you know what my hands smell like? Oh, probably the basil that I clipped off my fucking plant. Oh, man. Go do yourselves a favor. Buy an actual basil plant. Water it every fucking day. 3 times a day. But, yeah, I'm gonna, like, mince up a whole bunch of, like, basil here. Don't forget, mix your sauce with a wooden spoon. Don't ask me why. It's like, I don't know, something old ladies must have done back in Italy. I don't know. The next step is we need to boil some water for the pasta. So let's make our stuffing for the shells. First thing you need is ricotta cheese. So we got one thing, ricotta cheese. Eggs. We'll put 2 eggs in here. The eggs help it firm up. Like a little tiny quiche. Shredded Parmesan cheese. I got good stuff. Not like that stupid shit you buy that's all dried. This is going to give it the pungency. So, about a 15-ounce container of ricotta. About a half cup of Parmesan cheese. And about a half cup of your mozzarella cheese. Once again, I'm just measuring by my fingers. Okay, we're going to add the rest of our basil. Now this is fresh, so I added like, you know, nearly, about like 2 teaspoons. Oh, that was a piece of basil. Oregano. I'd say maybe like a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on how strong you like it. Ground black pepper. Add about like a tablespoon or 2, depending on how garlicky you like it, of minced garlic. You're going to take this mixture. It kind of looks a little weird. And you're going to mix it together, fold it together basically. You want to get it all goopity. Now, as you get it into kind of like a paste, it's going to have that yellowing because of the egg yolks. That's fine. It's all good. It's the fucking protein, man. There's no fucking meat in this. You're just eating the embryos. Enjoy the embryos. So it is an absolute guarantee that when you cook your shells, there will be some that will either stick to the bottom or break, whatever. If you want 15 stuffed shells, cook 20 shells. That's all. As everything is boiling, cooking, getting ready to be prepared, my sauce is simmering very, very gently. My noodles are cooking. I would like to give a shout out right now. DJ Killboy, you fucking rock! You know when I went to Shadowland last night? And I know a lot of you are probably like, whoa. Okay, so I love goth industrial music. The good stuff. Some of it's kind of crappy and shitty, and some of it's kind of redundant, but there is some really good shit out there. And you know what? Last night I danced to 2 fucking amazing good pieces of shit. Because it was both Skinny Puppy. How awesome is that? That on one night, 2 fucking Skinny Puppy songs get played. Fuck yes! Loved it. Eric, Guiltboy, Ghoul, and the guy from Ego Likeness. Fucking loved you guys. It was awesome. Thank you. You put a smile on my face because I really needed it. So our noodles are done. To al dente. I mean, and really specifically al dente. You do not want them too soft. You do not want them to squish about. You want them to be slightly firm. More firm than you would normal al dente, I'll say. Our sauce is ready to go. So here's what you do. Take sauce. A couple of spoonfuls. Sploosh it on the bottom, spread it out on the bottom of your casserole dish. Now, once again, we're shooting for about like 12 to 15. Of course, I'm all by myself, so what the fuck's the matter? It'll be leftovers anyways. As I said, make extras. You know why? That's why. They don't always end up great. Once your noodles are done, drain them, run cold water over them. Because otherwise you're going to burn your fingers trying to do this next part. You're going to take shells. They're not always perfect. This one's split. You're going to squeeze them. This is hard to do, but you know, you're going to put them in your hand like that. So they kind of look like, oh, look at that. It kind of looks like a little vagina. I'm sorry. So you want to do that, and then you want to take like a fork, and you want to literally just kind of sploosh the stuff inside. This will be messy. Have fun! You're like a little child making a mess, but for a good cause. Take your squishy shell, put it in your dish, squish side up. All of the gushy stuff's up, okay? So that the bottom of the shell is on the bottom, basically. And there you go. That's how you stuff your shells. You're going to do that as many times as you want shells. There you go. Fold it. Squish it just a little bit so it opens up for you. Like a vagina. So here's the thing. You can see how pretty they look. They don't have to look pretty. You know why? Because they're stuffed fucking shells. They just have to be stuffed. Hey, they're stuffed. Some of these aren't perfect shells. Some of them are perfect shells. But, they don't look perfect. They kind of look like a joke, I remember. Fuck, I'm telling you guys a joke. Here's the next step. Cover it with sauce. So this little boy goes to his dad and says, Dad, what's a vagina look like? His father looks at his son. Almost gets tears in his eyes. Son, he goes, a vagina is a beautiful thing. But before you have sex, it's like a flower. Beautiful, waiting to open up and blossom. Just one of those most wonderful things you could ever see. Wait, Dad, the kid says. Well, before sex, Well, what does it look like after sex? The father sighs and he goes, son, you ever seen a bulldog eat mayonnaise? Covered in sauce. As you can see, you just cover it in sauce. Spread it around a little bit. Do not get too much of the cheese on top. You can see some of the parts where it does. It's not a big deal. Whatever. Here's the deal. Here's the top secret motherfucking deal. You're going to cover this with cheese again, but you're not going to do it yet. What you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of aluminum foil. You're going to cover it lightly. In other words, kind of dome it, if you can, so that the foil is not actually touching the sauce. You're going to put this in the oven, and you're going to let this get really hot. When it is really hot, you're going to put some more mozzarella cheese and a little bit of Parmesan on it to finish it off. There we go. We got bubbling on the sides. If you poke your finger in the center, you're going to realize it's real fucking hot. This is about ready to have some mozzarella cheese put on top with some Parmesan cheese. Make it all look good. So there we go. Just a thin layer of mozzarella covering a thin layer of Parmesan cheese. Alright, there we go. It's melted. I'm not trying to caramelize it on top. If you would like to go that route, go right ahead. I'm not. Because it's just fine just being like gushy, melty cheese. Here we go, guys. Stuffed shells. Oh, so cheesy. Got some homemade garlic bread. And when I say garlic bread, I mean I actually roasted garlic and then rolled it into the fucking bread. There you go, dinner. Because nothing goes better with starch and cheese with more starch. I don't know why we eat garlic bread with all the starchy stuff. It's funny. It's probably not good for you, but anyway, whatever. Fuck that, dude. This is my dinner. I'm gonna sit down and enjoy my food alone. Because there's nobody here. On the upside, this is the quietest background noise for a fucking cooking show ever. You guys enjoy your food. I'm going to enjoy mine. Please do not forget to check out and order and purchase and whatnot bullshit. I got a whole bunch of stuff on Amazon.com. Please look me up. It's S.J. That's me. Please check out my shit. You guys have a good night. I'm going to try and enjoy mine. I'll see you next time.